Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and this is the best of the live shows. So, Steve, what's on your mind?
I was wondering what's your opinion on the RuneScape evolution of combat, and do you think that they will recover their player base?
Well, I don't have much opinion at this point, and the reason is because I don't know anything about it. I know what RuneScape is and stuff, but as far as like the evolution of combat and stuff, I have not encountered that. But go ahead and tell me about it.
Basically, they've kind of created RuneScape into World of Warcraft, where you have to use the numbers to use skills and whatnot.
The numbers, like they added hotkeys?
Yes.
Okay, and you don't like that? Is that what you're...
No.
And can you not still click on them?
Yes, you can, but
So what's the problem with them adding functionality to it? Why does it make it a lesser play experience for you?
well, they've actually changed a lot more than that. They basically changed the entire game itself.
Well, now, have you played any other games long term?
Yes. I played World of Warcraft before. I play League of Legends actively. I played just Conquer, Maple Story.
Okay, and so those games change over time.
Yeah, but not as dramatic as what RuneScape has become.
And so, RuneScape, do you think that they're driving people away now, that they've changed it so much?
Yeah.
And what if you were running the show? If you're running Jagex and we're running the show there for RuneScape, what is it that you would do differently?
Well, for one, you have to listen to the players and see what they want.
I 100% agree on that.
What?
And I know they don't.
Most people didn't want it, and I can tell you that.
Huh. Did you ever hear about the story of Auto Assault and why it failed so badly?
I have not.
And well, Auto Assault was an MMO. It was a MMO where your character was a car. Kind of like World of Tanks, your character is a tank.
Yeah.
And there was combat, and there was leveling up, and you would drive your car around, and you go on different missions and everything. And they made this game, but they didn't like playing it themselves. They were just going through the motions. Okay, we got to make this game. We got to put this in this game. We got to put this in it, this in it, this in it. And they were just going through the motions of that. And but yet they weren't playing it themselves, and they didn't particularly care for it. And that's part of why they weren't playing it, because they didn't care for it. And they had this disconnect with what players would need and want because of this. And so, the game programmers, they are players as well. That's for the majority of them, their inspiration behind getting into the industry. And the fact, though, is that if they didn't like playing the game themselves, then why would players like to play it? Right. And so I wonder if the programmers for Jagex, whether or not they play RuneScape themselves. Because if stuff's being put in that is really hated and not wanted by them, it really begs the question as to whether or not they even play the game themselves.
Yeah.
So, I keep hearing horror story after horror story about how Jagex is so horrible with everything.
I think I've heard that they sold like half their company to somewhere in the States.
An investor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that it's the corporate people now who obviously probably don't play the game?
Yeah.
Are now driving what they think is needed and wanted?
Yeah, but I think ever since that happened, the game has been going downhill.
I've heard that many times, many times. And so, okay, let's just pretend here you are the new CEO of Jagex, and you've come in to fix RuneScape. What is the first 3 things you will do?
Well, for one, I'd probably ask the players, what do you think about it? If, like, seeing as the evolution of combat is just hated and they've lost so many players, and yeah, I would just ask for their input and see what would they like.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So what would that lead to? So if you ask the players, then I imagine step number 2 would be to start to implement some of the things that the players need and want. Mm-hmm. And then if you had a wish for something that you've really wanted to see added to RuneScape that you think would really improve the game, what would that be?
Well, one of the things I miss myself, because I used to play RuneScape for years, and the funnest thing I've ever done is clanning, wars, and all that. Mm-hmm. If they could improve, like, player versus player warring, that would bring a lot of RuneScape back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, well, cool. Well, Steve, thank you for the call. And even though I didn't know your initial question, I found our conversation to be very interesting. So
thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah. So, I've never played RuneScape, but RuneScape is one of those games that is very ingrained with MMO people. And I know a lot of people that have played RuneScape, and a lot of people who are very fond of it, just like I've been fond of Ultima Online. Yes, whoever it was that said in the comments at the beginning, I hope we can go through this episode without mentioning Ultima Online. I have failed.
If you made it this far in the video, you may as well subscribe. That's what I want you to do. You obviously liked it well enough to watch it this far. So look at this. This is Frostmourne. This is a Runes Magic Sword. This Runes Magic Sword is one that we're giving away as second prize to one of you subscribers just for being subscribed. That's all you have to do. Subscribe and accept our messages, or watch our videos where we draw for prizes. So this one is it's a really nice sword. It's signed by some of the American staff for Runes of Magic. And then there's the big boy here. I got it on my shoulder because it's so darn heavy. The sucker is 16 pounds. Look at this. So it's a two-handed sword here, man. This is a beautiful sword. And we're giving this away when we hit 42,500 subscribers. It could be you. So, just subscribe. That's all you have to do. We'll do videos selecting the winners, and we'll send you a message in YouTube as long as you accept it. Just make sure you accept messages from us. To do that, put us on your contact list. And you just add Marky Dragon to your contact list, and then you'll be able to get messages from us, and you'll have 30 days to get back to us when we send you a message. Or if we can't message you, you'll just be on video, and you just gotta watch the video and then contact us. So anyway, if you made it this far, you really should subscribe, and I would appreciate it. So